Hey folks, Rob back with another Rob Plays, and in this episode, we're checking out Nobby the Aardvark, which I'm leading the intro run right now. Developed by Genesis Software, they did the CJ games, probably what they're best known for, and published by Thalamus Europe in 1993. It was originally meant to come out towards the end of 92. I remember reading the reviews in Zap as a kid, but it apparently was delayed, and of course was ultimately their final release. So let the intro run out here, and it's basically, there are these ants causing a bit of thievery, and one of them gets swooped up by Nobby. Hey buddy, you're just about to become lunch. Gee pal, don't do that. Don't you know us ants is poisonous? Not to me, you ain't. Look Dad, spare me and I'll tell you of a place that's positively overrun with nice fat juicy ants. Okay ant, spill the beans. And you'll live to see your next birthday. Well, it's called Antopia, blah blah blah, etc. Aha, that's where I think I should go. So Nobby has a quest to find mystical Antopia, and to do it, he's going to build a matter transporter. And, well, that's where you come in. Basically, you go through the 7 stages to find the parts, build it, and get to Antopia. I have played this off disc. I actually own this as a sealed copy on tape. There's a few floating around the net that aren't too easy to get. I guess it's, you know, when the circumstance of its eventual release meant that it probably didn't do that well. And as one of those games that's on, of all things, the C64 Mini, I think it's a good one to highlight. So, let's hit start. I wish I could say, like, the presentation here is great. The music, presentation, and I love the visuals, but it's where it falls down. Like, basically, a way you could really think of Nobby is CJ extended. And what I mean by that is, it's got that same kind of frustrating platforming. It's got, like, it's very pixel perfect, and I'm not a big fan of that. I like platforms where you don't need to have a leap, where you don't need to be pixel perfect with your jumps. I mean, you know, I really don't like Manic Miner and games of that ilk. And I tend to not like games where, like, collision jump physics is really important to me in a good platformer. And this is kind of not feeling right. And the timing gets me here. Alright, wait for it to go down. And on the next bounce we can go. Okay. So one thing that's a little different from this compared to CJ is that you have limited ammo. Like CJ, you had your bombs. Here it's actually your primary ammo, which is ants. And so to actually collect those, you can see this anthill up here. I'll use it in a tick because I've actually got to do another bit first. And this is kind of where this game is kind of frustrating. Is I only realised that this is part of the map when I watched the demo. Believe it or not, I actually filmed this episode. This is the same time I'm filming this episode. I filmed it, got really frustrated with playing the game, and actually had it ready. But when I understood that, it's like, okay, I'll refilm. So you have these anthills. You stand in front of them, hold down and fire, and you suck the ants out to use as ammo, which is a bit of a weird mechanic to me, because think about it. He's an anteater, an aardvark, and he wants to go to Antopia to eat ants. Why do I need to shoot them? I really don't like the collisions. Those planes are probably the most nefarious enemy that you'll run into, especially on that cloud bit. There's going to be another plane here any moment now. Here it is. Let's see if we can get it. I love this, like, 3 ants took out a little plane. And it's also that weird realm where everything has eyes. Anyway, here's some more ants. Wow, okay. Something that I'm sure I've spoken about in the past is my dislike of what I call 9 Lives syndrome. Like, and I think it was really Exelon where I coined it. Because with Exelon, that game's brutally hard, and you have 9 lives. Why couldn't that game have a bit more of a balanced difficulty, and have fewer lives? Because it's a case of, the game is hard, we'll add extra lives to make it easier. And it's similar here. At least I could get past that point. So, okay, so we're going to make our way up to the top, and here's a leap of faith. There's something else I really hate in platformers. More ants. And those dots are, of course, those little white stars are, of course, things that'll kill you if you're not careful. And even better, sorry. Even better, if you notice the oil can, if you don't get the oil can, you actually get blocked by those, this section up here. So, you just get moments like that. So this platform takes us to probably the most infuriating bit. No, not really. Okay, so we've got this thing, and we have to do the bash every... Oh! How annoying is that? It's what I really... Like, this game sets you up in moments like this all the time. Where you need to... Okay, so I've got to stop. And take these things out. Because it's blocking. Oh, come on! There you go. Come on. I told you I'm not really a fan of games in which you need to shake the joystick left and right like this. Okay. Okay. And you've got to use like 3, I think there was 4 that I saw as far as I got when playing this earlier, okay? And then we've got to jump off and shoot these things again. Now one of the things that I've seen is that this levels change, like each of the 4 levels, or 7 levels, isn't really the same. Like, they're all not this kind of platform. You're in different... There's a stage where you're in the sub, a stage where you're swimming. There's a whole bunch of, like, unique stages across the entire game. And I really appreciate that they did that. Just, in my ideal world, this kind of app... Okay. You know what? We're almost at the end, and can duck to avoid these darn birds. And then you get one of my favourite bits. So you've got to get to that balloon to finish the stage. And then, of course, okay, let's... Oh! Let's restart the entire stage. Oh. Oh my god, I didn't do that. Okay. It did things that were fair. Alright, so the balloon. And that's the first stage done, which I haven't been able to do. And it's kind of like... This got really high reviews in the day. Zap gave it 96. CF originally gave it like 92, as in Commodore format gave it 92. Then bumped it up when they re-reviewed it on actual release. And I'm just like, I can't believe it. I kind of don't believe this game is worth it. Anyway, so we now need to collect batteries for the Batter Transporter. Okay. Let's have a look. Alright. And of course, because... I want spider. Can't spider rain. No! Last life. Okay. 7 credits as well. Thank goodness I don't have to reload. Let's have another run here. Oh, you don't even get your full complement of lives. So what is that? 7 7's 49? So you start with 9 lives. As I said, the thing is, the fact this game is just rock hard is just so infuriating because visually, the graphics are great. You know, it's a late '92 release, and it's pretty much top notch for what the 64 can do. It's incredibly well presented. The controls work great, and then you just it's almost like you turning into a green thing. Just these enemies come at you at such infuriating points. I mean, yes, the levels are very nice and spacious. Oh, that my gosh, the enemies are so painful and it isn't funny. Oh, they're missiles. Okay. All right. Oh. Remember the level info screen said 1951? This is a very weird 1951 if you got heat-seeking missiles. Alright. Let's keep going. I'm gonna have one more run and we'll probably call it wraps. Like, the thing with Nobby is, I think there is a really... Yeah, I think the team at Genesis really pushed this game. Really pushed the machine well. You know, the controls are tight. The visuals are lovely and colourful. The actual music is great. Presentation. I don't know how bad it would be to load off tape, but... There you go. There are a lot of things that this game does incredibly right. But by gosh, it's a frustrating platformer to play. I mean, I'm not particularly great at the CJ games, but I think that, you know, budget releases probably get away off a bit less playtesting because, hey, they're budget releases. But as a full price commercial release, I think that maybe... Maybe these kind of deserve a bit more of that. It's just a little unfair, and I really wish things were tightened up a bit. Okay, now I've got to be careful because there's this go down. Okay, I can't go up there because there's no movement. That bird's probably going to launch again. There's more spiders because, of course, there's spiders. Oh, camera doesn't give me enough lead time, so I messed that up. I get that people, like, I don't know if it's just a, it's the end of the 64's life, and this game is fairly good, so that's why we're going to give it 90%. Oh my goodness. Come on, I want to shoot that spider down. Well, you wait. That's annoying. Oh. So, okay, so I can't even, there's no use to even go around. Yeah, so. Okay. Game over. as a sort of accentuate here, I like the idea of Nobby. I think the presentation is great, the controls are solid, the visuals are quite nice, and it's nice that they've extended a lot of the gameplay and the details, you know, to be more than just what CJ, like being more than just CJ++. But at the end of the day, it's just a little too frustrating for me to really sit down and enjoy. I think it definitely, like looking at it, I don't think it deserved the scores it got in the mags. I think it was way overrated. Whilst it's a great game, it's a good game, it's just that, it's a little too frustrating for me to honestly quite enjoy. I am going to leave it there. I think I've gotten as far as I think I have patience for. So let me know what you think if you enjoyed the video. In fact, just let me know in general. I mean, if you've actually made it further, I don't know. It's one of those things where the timing just feels off, and scrolling scrolling the screen to an obstacle where you can't really avoid it quickly, just a no for me. And of course, liking the video always helps, especially with the algorithms, especially being visible, getting more people to check this stuff out. And if you haven't already, do consider subscribing. New videos come out weekly, and if you want to be notified, as much as it pains, I know it pains people to do it, but clicking the little bell next to the subscribe button will make sure you get notified as they come out. And with that, thank you all very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.